Welcome to A Girl's World. Today we're going on an adventure. We're going to meet 3 young women who do really exciting things so you can explore what you want to be and open your eyes to the world of possibilities. The first person we're going to meet is Suzanne. She flies a jet and she's going to show us how she does it. So come on along, it's really cool.
It's a girl's world.
Hi, my name is Suzanne. I'm a pilot. Today I'm going to show you where I work, the kind of plane I fly, and what it's like to be a pilot. This is my friend Megan. She thinks she might want to be a pilot one day, so she's going to spend the day with us, right, Megan?
Right.
Come on, let me show you around.
Okay.
This huge building we're in is called the hangar. Planes are stored when they're not being used, and also where the work done by aviation mechanics.
This is so clean. It's amazing.
Well, there are a lot of people to work to keep it that way.
Which plane do you fly, Suzanne?
This one right behind you, it's called the Gulfstream 4.
Wow, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it seems pretty big, doesn't it? There are a lot of airplanes that are bigger and a lot that are smaller, too.
How fast can it go?
You can fly over 600 miles per hour.
Wow, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, a lot faster than your car will go.
How far can it go on one tank of gas?
Well, we can go, say, from New York to London, even further than that, actually.
That's pretty far.
Come on, let's go take a look at the cockpit. Let's go on inside.
Okay.
When we climb into the cockpit, why don't you get into the left seat? What's not quite as complicated as it looks. It does look a little crazy, though, doesn't it? I can show you what some of the things are, and then it won't seem so bad.
Okay.
Right here we have our engine gauges, and down here some messages that tell us the status of the airplane. These two are the same. They tell us our heading and where we're going. These two are the same as well. They give us information about our speed and how high we're flying. These are backup gauges in case we were to lose anything else. Down here is our flight management system. We can send messages to the ground from the air, too, through those flight management systems.
What does this do?
Those are the throttles. Push them forward and we go faster, pull them back and we go slower.
So, Suzanne, how do you know where you're going? Do you have maps?
We do, actually. We call them charts, though. We have a lot of them. Come on, I'll show you. This is our flight planning room, Megan. This is where we plan all our flights. Here's one of our pilots planning a flight right now, right, Kevin?
Yeah, we're going to be on our way to Switzerland tomorrow.
Here's where we'll be flying today, Megan. We'll be starting in Washington, going past Baltimore, past Philadelphia, and into New York. Hi, Ione.
Hi.
Megan, this is Ione. She's another one of our pilots.
Hi.
Hi, Megan. How are you?
Good.
Megan thinks she might want to be a pilot one day, so she's spending the day with me. We were just showing her some of the charts that we'll be using on our flight to New York today.
What are all these lines used for?
They're called airways. They're sort of like roads we follow in the sky, right, Ione?
That's correct.
So they're just like invisible roads?
That's right. They're invisible to us, but our navigation equipment knows when we're on the roads or not.
Oh.
Megan's here to help me prepare for the flight, too, so we've got about an hour. How about we go downstairs and get the airplane ready? We want to check it and make sure it's in good condition for our flight. Here are the landing lights, and up here are a lot of electric lines and hydraulic lines. We want to make sure they're secure and that there aren't any leaks.
Sure looks complicated.
Well, it is. We have great mechanics that take care of it for us, though. Come on this way. Along the belly of the airplane are a lot of antennas. We use those for our radios and navigation equipment in the cockpit. We want to make sure it's secure and there hasn't been any damage done to them on a prior flight. We want to check the leading edge of the wing to make sure, again, that there's no damage. We're just looking at the general condition of it. Down the end here are some strobe lights.
What do they do?
Well, they blink quite brightly so that we can be seen by other airplanes. This wheel well is much larger.
Wow.
Again, they're the same electric and hydraulic lines up here. And we're looking for security and make sure there are no leaks.
This one's really big.
It's got to fit that big wheel up here. Part of our pre-flight inspection, we have to remove the engine covers and make sure the blades of the engine aren't damaged.
So, Suzanne, when did you learn how to fly?
I started flying when I was in high school. How old do you know, Megan?
13.
I started flying when I was 16. Actually, my first lesson came as a present from my parents. After about 60 hours, I got my private pilot's license, and then I went to a flight school to finish up my ratings.
Must be pretty hard.
Well, it was hard, but I loved it so much that I wanted to stick with it.
Do you still love it as much as when you started?
I do. It's very challenging, and each day brings a new adventure. No two landings are ever the same, so it keeps me on my toes. Why don't we take a trip over to the air traffic control tower?
Okay, what will we see there?
Well, you'll be able to see how the air traffic controllers handle all the airplanes coming in to land at the airport, and then all the airplanes taking off as well.
Sounds good.
Being a pilot's an awful lot of fun, but we couldn't fly without the mechanics. Their jobs are just as important, and without them, there would be no planes for us to fly. Come on, Megan, I want you to meet some of our mechanics.
Okay.
Good, how are you?
Good.
Dennis, Roger, Gloria, I'd like you to meet Megan.
Hi, Megan.
A third crew member on our flights. This is our flight engineer today, Dan.
All secure, ready for flight.
Mechanics are going to push the plane out now, and after we're outside, we'll get some fuel.
How does it get fuel?
Well, we call a fuel truck over and plugs up to the airplane and puts fuel in the airplane just like a car.
Neat.
It's a lengthy checklist, but we have to go through it before each flight. Well, we have a lot of things to go through on the checklist. Why don't we go through them, and you'll get to know almost everything in the cockpit.
Okay.
Okay, the first item is checking the circuit breakers. Check this overhead panel. The next item on the list is setting the parking brake. We'll make sure the parking brake is set and that we have enough pressure to hold the brakes. The next item on the list is to make sure we have external power on the airplane, and we do. Here's the last item on our checklist. We want to make sure that our radios are all set for departure. Make sure they're all on and set up. Just turn them on. There we go. And we'll make sure they're all set up for departure.
Looks good.
So why don't you have a seat
Okay.
and buckle in, and then we'll be all ready to go.
Okay.
Have a good flight. Lights over there.
Okay, they're set here.
Warning lights.
One orange, okay.
Yep.
Okay, he's here. For standby and close range.
Okay, co-pilot radar.
Co-pilot radar is in standby. Set 8 on dispatch.
2610, sorry, that's who I meant to call. I have that other form. Are you guys ready to go?
Yeah, we're just about ready to go. External power.
It's off.
Aux power switch.
Off.
Your PMP and battery chargers. Blood pressure is checked. Single rudder limit light is out. Engine start master.
It's off.
Starting engine checklist complete.
Okay, before taxi. 4,000 feet. The terrain in the area is
There you have a good flight.
Okay, good power. Probably don't have auto throttles. Okay, 80 knots. Here we go. V1, VR, V2. All right, we'll pick it up a little later. Nothing's really going very well.
Contact now, 19.7. Have a good day.
19.7, good day.
34. Have a good day.
19.7, good day.
You're in the air.
No, I'll check that again. Got it? Okay, 2 deployed. 100 knots. 90. 80. Okay, what's going to see the fire line say? Maybe gain loss.
Gain loss 5 knots and any turbulence?
No, it's just the moderate turbulence. Okay, got it. US Air coming up.
Check the ground, suspect 654.
Thank you, Suzanne. I had a lot of fun today.
Good, Megan. I'm glad you enjoyed it. When I was a little girl, I always dreamed of doing something like this. Now, after a little hard work, I am doing it, and you can too. Come on, Megan, let's go get some lunch.
Okay.
So, Megan, you still think you want to be a pilot someday?
Definitely. It looks like a lot of fun.
It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world.
Next, we're going to visit Karen. She's an artist and she makes all kinds of really cool things out of glass. But just wait till you see the puppets she makes because they are really awesome. Now you have to listen carefully though because the glass studio is really noisy.
Stared at my blank piece of paper. I thought of so much. My mind began to race. Could I fit my whole future in such a small space? My imagination just ran away with all that I could do. I could travel the world, visit faraway places. I could work in the city, or I might own a store. I could fly through the clouds.
Hi, my name is Karen. I'm an artist. I make things out of glass. This is a friend of mine, Ashley. Ashley thinks she might want to be an artist too someday. So we will spend the day together so she can see what it's like. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. In our studio, people make all sorts of things out of glass, from plates and bowls to artwork. I like to make puppets. People have been blowing glass for ages. If a glassblower from 5,000 years ago walked into our studio today in Brooklyn in 1995, he could pick up the tools and start working. Nothing much has changed. It's pretty amazing.
So, Karen, what are we going to do today?
Well, first we're going to make an orange juice glass, and then I'm going to show you how to make a puppet. Before we start working, we need to put on our safety glasses because we need to protect our eyes from the heat and the light of the glory hole, okay? All right, so now we're ready to go. Come on. So actually, this is a glass pouring plate. Basically, it's a hollow steel tube. And we're going to use this to gather up some glass out of the furnace. This is a furnace. It's filled with a crucible of molten glass. And to gather it up, you just stick the pipe in and spin it really quickly. And you spin it on like you're taking honey out of the jar or something. So you can see the glass is glowing. It's about 2,400 degrees right now. Like that. So now the glass has gotten pretty cold, so I'm going to go reheat it in the glory hole. The glory hole is just a reheating chamber. There's no glass in diamond shears. You can see they're called diamond shears because of that diamond shape right there. And those are used to sort of stretch out a bubble a little longer or something like that. So now I'm going to use the block again to shape it. I'm going to go blow into the end and expand that bubble. Okay, a little bit harder. Keep going. Okay, great. Thanks. So right now all I'm concentrating on is the shape of the bottom.
How are you going to open up the top more?
I'll use the jacks actually, and I'll put the jacks inside of that small opening and just stretch it out. Yeah, I think the glory hole is about 2,000 degrees. So basically we're standing in front of a small sun. Flatten the sides. Okay, so now just a drop of water. These tweezers get a little bit warm. So I'm stretching out the top of the glass a little bit. And now I'm going to cut it. Okay, there we go. So Ashley, there you go. There's a nice orange juice glass for you. This is the annealing oven where we put the glass to cool slowly overnight. If we were just to let it sit on the counter and cool, it would crack from the stress and tension in the glass. Come on, Ashley, let's go back to the cold trap. I want to show you the grinder and the saw. Pick up this piece. Feel how heavy it is.
I can't make on this.
Yeah, it's a pretty big piece. You can see they've been doing some cold working on the bottom here, and it looks like they've just ground off. They've used the 80 grit wheel, which is right behind us, and that's the fastest wheel, meaning that it takes off the glass off the bottom the fastest. The grit is really abrasive. Before we use the diamond saw, we should put on our safety glasses. As we're cutting the glass, little bits could come flying off and go into our eyes. So this is just a piece of metal, and on the tip right here it has diamonds embedded in it. Feel right along there. It's not sharp at all, it's just the diamonds that cut the glass. So again, you need to turn on the water so that this is water cooled, so it doesn't crack the glass. And then you turn on the saw blade. And once I turn on the saw blade, it's going to be really loud, but I'm just going to move the glass through there really slowly. Yeah, you might want to plug your ears. And just let the diamonds grind a little pathway through the glass, okay? So there you go, that's a pretty clean cut, right in half. Hey, Layla, how you doing? All right, Ashley, this is a friend of mine, Layla.
Hi, Ashley.
Layla's an architect and also a glass blower. She's gonna help us make the puppet today.
Cool. Great. Get ready?
Yeah, we're gonna make a puppet with a white body and blue hands. So what I'm gonna
Kind
do
of
is
the opposite of that one.
Yeah, that one.
That one's got a white face.
Yeah, yeah.
Blue pants.
So Layla is going to heat up a piece of white color. I'm going to start a clear bubble. And let me show you where the color is over here. See the white cylinder in there?
Yeah.
That's very densely concentrated white glass. And so I'll start a clear bubble. Layla will heat up that white, and then we'll coat the clear bubble in the white. Okay, take a look. Do you see the edge of the pot in there?
Yes.
Come out of the furnace like that. And those arms, like if you add
Oh, and the head, is it solid?
Well, no, the head is blown, but that's separate. We're going to make that part separate.
So?
I think if I blow this out and take one more gather over that, it should be pretty good.
enough
I
now.
think that's enough too. Ooh, you can feel it's really hot when it comes out of that furnace. Gravity is actually one of the invisible tools that you use a lot during glass blowing. Like right now I'm just holding it here and I'm letting the gravity pull it down and elongate the bubble. Okay, Layla, can you cap the end? Just cap it? Nice. So I'm just pressing on the sides to flatten it, to make a sort of a lozenge shape. So there you go, they're the arms. I'm going to preheat these little areas so I can cut them. Woo. Go ahead and knock it down. Knock it down.
What color are you going to make the hands?
The hands are going to be blue, so Layla's getting them right now. And then when Layla brings the punny over, I'm just going to put a little drop of water there, and that drop starts a crack around the top there. So there's one hand. So then I try and like squeeze them and get them to be the hand shape pretty much. Straight up and down.
Karen, is that hair going to stay blue?
Yeah, it's only orange because of the heat. Fall, flip. I've only been blowing glass for 8 years, so
Since I was born, then. Till I'm 8 years old.
okay. Prepare for that punny. Here we go. You want to just put it on the yoke? Just by holding it down and like I spun it and it flared out, and then holding it down it just wrinkled up. Look out, everybody. So grab it right at the connection, squeeze. Okay, Layla, grab it, pick it up. Beautiful. Dip it into the furnace, twirl it around really quick and gather up the glass like honey. Then when I come out, I'll be turning it really slowly and you'll see just a ball of glowing glass on the end.
How are you going to shape the head?
Well, the head I made the exact form of the head that I wanted out of clay, and then I made a plaster mold of the clay, and we're going to blow a glass bubble into there. Okie doke, so now we're just going to make the head. This is just going to be 2 gathers of glass rolled in the blue powder and then blown into a mold. So again, I'm going to shape it in the block, same basic steps. Now I just need to shape it a little bit and then I'll put it in the mold. Well, I'm basically, the mold is like, there's the neck and then there's the head, so I'm pre-shaping it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to make sure it fits, actually. So I'm going to jump up on the bench and lower it down into the mold, and Layla's going to shut the mold, and then I'm blowing into it. Okay, open. Here, shut.
How do you get it to stick on the head to the body?
That is a secret thing, which I'll tell you about later. I just can't disclose my secrets. Okay. Just about any color you can think of, you can find in glass. This is cobalt blue, which was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Ashley, will you keep this turning for me for a second? This is a difficult part.
It looks like a bull when it's orange.
Sort of like a mythic character, part human, part animal. Ready? So now we just transfer it onto the punty and open up the bottom and we're done. Ready? So that's basically it.
How's you gonna stick it on?
Okay, I run a bead of this certain kind of glue around the inside and then just let it set on the piece. All right, Ashley, that's it. Today's work is finished in the annealer. Now we're going to take a walk over to the gallery. This is where I show my work in New York City.
It's a girl's world. Today in school, my teacher said we had a
Here's some of the pieces. So you can see.
Make the face color.
Well, these are similar to the ones we were working on today in the studio. Oh, look. Hi, Doug. How are you? Actually, this is Doug Heller, the owner of the gallery.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to the gallery. This is your first visit here, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, well, we're glad to have you here today. And I know you've been to the studio with Karen and watched her make and even helped make one of the pieces.
What do you think of the faces on these?
Weird too.
Weird, too? Well, these, I did these by enameling the surface of the glass once it was cooled down. I painted it with a glass enamel and then fired them on again, so that way I could get more details in the face.
How'd you get the strips in the glass?
The striped color, that's from these canes of color, actually, that you pick up on the surface. They're just like strips of color. So I tried to make the features with bits of hot glass. I put on a little bit and shape it to be the mouth, or try and pull out the nose. This guy got pig ears. So this surface is a little different too. I did that by cutting out pieces of plate glass and then again picking them up on the surface of the bubble before I blew it out.
In this one, how'd you get the color in it and you can still see through it?
Well, we used a translucent glass color. It's a little lighter than the really opaque blue that we were using. It's just less densely concentrated on the piece. This is interesting. This is an Italian technique. You make these little squares, and they're called morini. And then you put together a whole pattern of them, and then pick them up on the surface of the bubble. This is extremely time-consuming. That takes forever.
This one looks like he's snoring.
Snoring? Ashley, let's go back where Doug's going to show us another woman's work.
Well, this is an interesting piece, Ashley. If you go and look at it from different angles, you'll see that the colors change on the base. It's a special kind of glass that's referred to as dichroic, meaning it has different colors.
How'd you get the shapes in there?
Well, what Concetta does is she first blows the large cup, then using controlled breakage, she breaks it into fragments and then carves with sandblasting equipment. Perhaps you've seen that over at Urban Glass. So it's a type of thing, it's difficult to see it from there, so why don't I do this? There you go. And you can actually feel inside. It's been deeply cut. Concetta has a great love of pattern and color, and she makes very richly beautiful pieces. Concetta's only one of many women artists that we work with in the gallery. And we've been in business now for about 21 years, and while glassmaking traditionally was usually for men only, it's become a field that's wide open at this point. So some of the very best work and some of the most famous artists working internationally are women. And who knows, in the future, you may be one of them.
Ashley, which one is your favorite? You think so? This first one? Why is that?
No, I like the color red.
You like the color red? Huh. I think it might be my favorite too, I'm not sure. Ashley, let's go back to the studio and check on the puppet we were working on.
Okay.
So this is a piece that we were working on earlier. See, it's finished. We can touch it now and actually look at it. It's weird working with glass because I don't actually know until this point what I've made, so I can turn it around and take a look. I don't know, how do you think it turned out?
Cool.
Yeah? It's pretty all right to me. You can see that's the little, right up there, that's the little punny mark from where we attached it to open up that top. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. There's a little tiny bit of, remember the head was blown into the mold? You can see like a little bit of the mold left on there. I'll have to clean that up. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good. Great.
Ashley, so you still want to be an artist?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, as you saw today, it's a lot of hard work, but it's a lot of fun. And if you want to, you can be an artist too.
I bet I will.
Yeah?
It's a girl's world.
Okay, now we're going to visit Annie. She's an equine veterinarian, which means she's a horse doctor. We're going to spend the day with her to see what it's really like to take care of horses.
I could be a scientist, breed horses, might even ride a bull. I could write music, cure illness, or be a famous cook. It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world. I could teach children, be a dancer, judge in the court. I could taste the forest and the dolphins, or be a star in sport. It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world. I could be a scientist, breed horses, might even ride a bull. I could write music, cure illness, or be a famous cook. It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world. Yeah. It's a girl's world.
Hi, I'm Annie. I'm a veterinarian. I take care of horses, so I'm an equine veterinarian. This is my horse, Owen. Oh, and here's Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Annie.
Lauren is 9 years old. She thinks she might want to become a veterinarian one day, too. Right, Lauren?
Yeah.
So Lauren's going to spend the day with me and see what it's like to be a veterinarian. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go to work. So Lauren, as you know, what I do every day is I get up in the morning and I go to my office and I meet with all the other vets and we talk about what we're going to do that day. Then we each get in our vet car, this is mine, and we travel from barn to barn. And we see all the sick horses or all the horses that need to have vaccines or something like that.
So you're like a doctor making a house call?
Exactly.
What's in all the drawers?
Well, in this drawer, up on the top, it's a little bit dirty, but this has all the medications that are given injectably. In this drawer, I have all the different needles and syringes. These are the syringes. They all come in different sizes. And here we have some blood tubes. We can collect blood and send them into the laboratory for different tests.
What happens if the horse has a cut on his eye?
On his eye? That's a good question. Usually, the horse doesn't like you to touch his eye. So what we have to do is, I'll show you. We take one of these medications. First, we clean his eye off very well. And if we need to sew it back together, we can use different types of suture material, which I can show you right here. And all these different types of suture, they're all different sizes. Actually even have a huge Pepto-Bismol right here, which we do give to the horses. Lauren, this is one of the barns where the horses live when they're not outside being ridden. Do you want to go inside and see some of the stalls?
Okay. What do they eat?
They eat hay, and then they eat grain. So Lauren, what we have here are two different types of food. This is sweet feed. See that?
Yeah.
It has corn and some oats in it, molasses, and a few other things just ground up and sort of crunched together in these little pellets.
What's this on the wall?
It's a salt block. You know when you go outside and you run around and you start to sweat, And sometimes if you lick it or, you know, if it runs down into your face, it tastes salty. Well, when the horses go and run, when they're turned out or when they're ridden, they sweat a lot. And so they lose a lot of their minerals. So we give them this block, and it's basically just minerals, and they just can lick it whenever they want to or need to. You can hold on to it. He won't hurt you. He really won't. There you go. There. Ah, he took it all in one bite. What a pig. Okay, now you can take that up and feed it to him. He loves them. Good boy. You hold it out just there. Perfect.
Lauren, the next thing we're going to do is go see a horse that injured his leg. He has a bandage on his leg right now, so we're going to take it off and we're going to see how the wound is healing.
So we'll take this bandage off. So the first thing I'm going to do is just loosen up the bandage a little bit.
Why do you tie his tail up?
I tied up his tail just so that it wouldn't get in the way. So just put that on. It actually has little sticky sides on it. Probably feels funny. Okay.
How did he hurt his leg?
I think he was outside running around and hurt it that way. Maybe on an old piece of wire that might have been out in one of the paddocks. And the other thing this does, not only keeps it clean, but when we put pressure on it, it helps to keep the swelling down.
Why do you wrap it with two different kinds?
Well, the first one is just soft and protects it, and the second one is sticky. So then we just put that on, and that just holds it on. It also adds a little bit of pressure. Then, now that it's all clean and dry and covered, we put on a big bandage. And that just is to protect the whole leg, and it also helps to support it a little bit. It just sort of like if you put an ace bandage on if something hurts. When I pull around, I try to make it even pressure all the way around because I don't want to hurt any of the tendons.
How long does the bandage have to stay on?
The bandage itself will stay on until we take the sutures out, the staples out. So that'll be anywhere from 10 to 14 days. Can I see him walk quickly just to make sure he's all right?
Got a little bit of room in here. I think you're not
He looks fine. This is Melanie. She's pretty, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's like a chocolate color. What we're going to do is we're going to check her teeth, okay? There are a few things you have to be careful of.
Yeah.
What do you think the most important one is?
Hurting the horse?
How about the horse hurting you? That's really the most important thing when you're working around horses. You have to be careful that they don't hurt you. And then you're right. The second most important thing probably is that you don't hurt the horse. Then you carefully stick your hand in there and you can feel the teeth on the outside. Her teeth feel very good, actually. They must have been done recently. And then you can feel the bottom carefully. We have to check them. So we reach in just like I did and see if there are any sharp points on their teeth. And if there are, we take some, they're called floats. They're like big, huge files. And we go in there very carefully and we sort of rasp the bumps off the side of their teeth. Because sometimes they can get sharp and they can actually hurt them. Wow, her teeth feel great. She's all set. She doesn't need to have her teeth floated for probably a year. So in 1 year, either the vet or the dentist will come back and check her teeth again. Give me a kiss. Thank you.
This man is called the farrier. He puts shoes on the horse's feet. What he's doing right now is called hot shoeing, which gives a perfect fit. But it really doesn't hurt because it's like clipping your fingernails. Next, we're going to go check a horse who's lame. We're going to try to find out why he's limping.
This bag right here is full of all the different instruments I need to check the horse's feet. So these are just chaps that I can wear so I don't ruin my pants while I'm checking their feet. And it also, they're leather, so they protect me a little bit in case the horse sort of jerks his foot. First thing we have to do is say, does the foot hurt? And if the foot doesn't seem to hurt, then we go and we say, does it hurt right in here? There's a joint in here where two different bones connect. This is called a hoof tester. It's like a big, huge pliers. And what you do is you put it on the horse's foot and you pinch to see if it hurts him anywhere. Because he can't tell us where it hurts on his foot.
See what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Every little spot I go around the foot and then I squeeze. You see that?
Yeah.
There are two different bones underneath the hoof wall. And so you have to make sure that there isn't a problem somewhere in there. Okay?
Okay.
The last one I'll do is there. Then I go across the back of his heels because there's a little bone back there. It's called the navicular bone. You can squeeze pretty hard. With a lot of pressure, actually, because they're big, strong horses. The hoof is really like your fingernail. If there's a problem with that bone, he'll flinch a little. Just like if someone went to pinch you and it hurt, you'd flinch. So he would do the same thing if it hurt him. Now, Lauren, will you hold this? This is the ophthalmoscope. See that little dot of light?
Yeah.
You take it and look in his eye. Don't want to scare him. So start from a distance, then I get closer, rest my hand on his face, and look right through into his eye. And look all around carefully to make sure there are no little old scars and that it's clear. Make sure there are no blood vessels in it. See that?
Yeah.
Then if we take the light away, it gets bigger. Do you see? We put it back. Do you want to look in the eye?
Okay.
Okay, you take this, you turn the light on. He's being a very good boy. You put it right in the center of his eye. Then you look right into that hole. Boy, is he being good. You're a good boy, Chucker. You see? You see the green? That's the back of his eyeball.
Thought we'd do. I close my eyes and try to picture how I look when I'm older. My imagination just ran away with all that I could do. I was Sinbad the sailor, but I owned an ocean liner. I was Alice in Wonderland, and I designed the looking glass. I was Rapunzel in her tower, model in high fashion, just a little girl in a big world, dreaming in place.
You're awfully sweet. Hi. You don't mind me even though I'm the vet. I think I fool them sometimes.
Yeah.
You're very sweet. He's taking care of his mother here. Is she your best friend? There, you're all set.
So Lauren, I'm just going to listen to his heart. Do you want to listen?
Okay.
Okay. Here, see if you can find it by yourself, and if you can't, I'll put it right in the right place for you. It's right around there somewhere. Do you hear it beating? You should hear 2 beats.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. You hear it?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, this is a horse. He's getting a bath right now. And she uses a hose that's over there in the corner. And he's tied up so he can't go anywhere, but he can look out so he doesn't get all upset. He seems to like it. Some horses don't like getting baths. He doesn't seem to mind at all.
We're done with work for the day, Lauren, so let's go take Owen out.
So we just put the bridle on, and we always make sure each little part is in its little keeper. That's what these things are called. Because when the horse goes out and starts to run around, if they fly around in the wind like this, you can spook him because he sees it out of the side of his eye. So we tuck everything into its little keeper. And the way you lead him out is you always, just the same way as you did before, you always take the reins over the horse's head, then you hold your hand right there underneath his mouth and then on the side. Okay? Okay? Look up where you want to go and start walking and he'll follow you. There you go. So Lauren, do you still think you'd like to be a vet someday?
Yeah, I think it will be really fun.
What type of animals would you like to take care of?
Dogs and cats.
Well, do you like horses or cows or pigs or sheep or anything like that? Any other type of animals?
It's a girl's world. I could be a scientist, breed horses, might even ride a boat. I could ride girls in your
Well, that's it for today. Don't forget, we'll be back with a Girls World 2, so you can spend another day on the job exploring what you might like to do.
It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world.
I wouldn't kick him in the side. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Whoa! No, wait. Oh, he tried to bite you again. That was no kiss.
Yeah.
He went, no.
So, Suzanne.
Explain to you how I've made most of these pieces. Let's walk over to the studio and actually make some pieces of glass.
Just hold on my leg.
What?
Just no, my leg.
What do I do? See,
right here, right here.
Hold on to your leg.
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
You have to twist when you get there.
And take a look at some finished puppets that I have there. And sorry.
This is the tug they use to push the airplane out. Sometimes.
From the base, or from the, whoops. Well, I actually just, I hit the end on here, which is what made it jump off the end. That means
Where they need to go around the world.
Just sort of go boing.
With your leg.
Yep. Right. 1, 2.
go boing.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. Should I just kick you?
you know, think that you are going to go on to be an artist, then you can sort of see where you might end up too. All right? This is the boring part.
It has a range of 4,500 nautical miles.
I'm Annie. This is
I could work in the city, or I might own a store. I could fly through the clouds at the speed of sound. I'm just a little girl in a big world, dreaming in class. It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world. I could be a scientist, read horses, might even ride a boat. I could write music, cure illness, or be a famous cook. It's a girl's world. It's a girl's world. I could teach children, be a dancer, judge in the court. I could save the forest and the dog.